Here we go, baby. IWM not looking so good right now. Smooth's about to roll over, I think. We got some range here. We are higher, though. We are higher than 1.5 in the trigger. Check 1, 2, mic check. Out there, how y'all doing, baby? Check 1, 2, almost there. Well, we do have a little bit of, we got something to talk about today. We have something big to talk about today. Now, I can't guarantee this, but we do have something to talk about. I'll have a look at it here. It doesn't mean anything yet. Price is what matters. Is that camera not on? Okay. Going on up there. We do have a slight topping of there's some question about momentum earlier today. We're going to bring that up to you. We just switch right into the market brief here. Good morning out there. How y'all doing? We're going to go straight into the market brief this morning as we're a little bit late. I've got some meeting coming up I got to get to. I thought it was going to be earlier, but I've been waiting. Has not happened yet. But right off the start here this morning, breaking stocks rise for the first day and 3 after February CPI is about as expected. Not too much here this morning. In terms of news, we're going to likely talk about two big things today, and that is momentum in the market. I saw some talk about it this morning. There is some flattening of momentum, but it's more towards a corrective environment, not necessarily the entire market rolling over. I think that's going to become a topic of conversation. Now, even so, that topic of conversation coming up, it's more relevant towards a broadening of price, where we get new highs, some significant lows. You should see traders be able to trade this larger range than we've had. But that doesn't necessarily mean the market is rolling over permanently or anything like that. So we'll take a look at momentum today and see what you guys think of that. We also had a slightly hot inflation print this morning. We'll look at that as well today at some point. So give me just a few moments here. I'm not seeing too much here on CNBC this morning. Most of the conversation is on the inflation print. The question about whether we're going to raise or cut rates in March, we'll discuss that as well in this upcoming rate decision meeting. Most people are not expecting a rate cut at this meeting. I think 75% of respondents to a poll I saw yesterday that was presented on CBS to the Main Street crowd, right, said, no one's expecting it, this rate decision. So, and I'm not either. The Fed has been anti-adversarial. They have telegraphed what to expect. You figure at least 2 rate cuts this year, likely not back to back. And there's a key point in this discussion about inflation here. All eyes are watching. If they do 1 cut, then no cut, then a cut, everything is okay. And the longer that they go without making a cut, everything is okay. if you see any sort of emergency cuts or panic cuts, that's never a good sign. You never want to see that. You want to see the Fed and the Treasury Department acting all calm and cool. With that said, if you start to see those panic, if you start seeing like or a cut this March, that's not going to likely be taken as a positive sign for the stock market, the economy, and that, more specifically, something being broke that we don't see. So, the key point here in this question of whether we get rate cuts or not is this: differentiate between betting on a rate cut or not. Know that that's one thing on its own that has nothing to do with whether we actually raise or cut rates. The second part would be if they take their time cutting rates or even raising rates. Either or, it doesn't matter. Just the way that they do it does matter. The last part on this too would be, well, the last part that I get into on this that doesn't really matter here, but the velocity of inflation, of unemployment, of jobs, of the yield curve, all those things. The more sideways it comes up, it comes down, it comes up, it comes down slowly. The safer you are as a buyer and as a bull, believe it or not. When we start to see any kind of velocity in those movements, things get really spicy and dangerous. So even this morning, we got a slightly hot print, right? Now that is actually negative on the markets, in line with the ramp in unemployment. Okay, so we have unemployment rising as we caught this hot print, slightly hot print this morning. Not velocity in that print, just slightly hot. So the two of those together, I'm taking as a negative on the markets overall because they're together. But even so, we're not talking straight vertical here in this stuff, and that is real vertical up or down, and that's really what people are looking for danger to our market. So that up down kind of a movement is actually good for the markets, believe it or not. I know you're not going to believe that, but that is true. So we're going to switch from there over to financial juice. Couple notes here. We've got a treasury auction and a bond auction. It's tomorrow. I noticed Andy Constant was on FinTwit this morning. He gave out a big red stick of gum, and I'm assuming this morning that he's looking for those numbers or those auctions today and into tomorrow. We have no other really big news that I know of unless you've got something out there. But then we come into more volatility on Thursday and Friday. We also have triple witching coming up. We'll look at some of those dates later today as well. MOC imbalance, 33 million to the buy side. U.S. bank liquidity likely to remain relatively stretched until there is a shift in Fed's monetary policy. What else do we have here? U.S. Red. This is all inflation stuff from this morning. Traders still see June as the most likely start of the Fed rate cuts after inflation data. That's bullshit. No one cares about the inflation data that's coming out right now. I mean, I guess if we got an really outside the range inflation print, sure. Does anybody really think that we're going to get a rate cut in March? Not too many people. Now, I did say something last night on the Discord late night, and that was I was speaking with David AMS, and I had said, man, I'm like, I got one more rip here on SPY until that broadening of price. I was like, it's still there. It's still sitting there. I'm like, and there's nothing that I can think of that could make that happen. Now, this is the 25% chance of a rate cut, right? I'm with the 75% crowd, but that 25% crowd that's out there, that's the one thing that's bothering me. I'm like, what could happen that could potentially open the options market to the upside? You need sentiment to think we can get there and for a more robust upside options market. We talk about sentiment around here too, right? You need a reason to go higher than 530. Think about that in your head right now. If you're out there right now and you're a bull, for us to go to 530, 550, no, it sounds crazy to you. You need a reason for that to happen. right? You need a reason to believe we can go there. It's not good enough that we're trading 514 today. Well, next stop's 530. I'm going to start buying some calls. It really doesn't work. You need some continuation of the thought that we can go there and what would trigger that. Not that rate cuts matter or why like are we going to 530 or higher, but you do need some kind of a fire underneath the ass of buyers, bulls, whoever. Even if it's not sustained, you just need that moment of a spark for people to go, oh, wow, we got a rate cut. I'm going to buy 550 calls. We're going to the fucking moon. Even if we don't, you just need those buyers to open up those gamma walls higher and higher and higher. Without that, I don't know if we get it. We'll look at momentum this morning to try to see if they can find an answer to that. U.S. short-term interest rate futures drop after inflation data. Core CPI year-over-year actual 3.8%. Forecast was 3.7, previous 3.9. That year-over-year number, every time you guys are watching CNBC out there, every fucking time, sorry to swear about this early, but every fucking time you hear these people, these garbage talking heads on CNBC discuss with you that these guys on CNBC, when they start saying to you the Fed's favorite inflation number, right, that month-over-month stuff so they can complicate shit, has nothing on year-over-year inflation. And that it truly is the indicator for if they're going to cut rates, yes or no. We are not at 2% on year-over-year inflation. I realize they want to front-run that before we get to 2%, but they're also going to manipulate that number as much as they can and try to stop the velocity. When we slam down at that 2% and we ricochet off of it, things are going to get really could get really nasty. There is a potential for some real true danger in the marketplace. U.S. CPI month-over-month actual 0.4%, forecast 0.4, previous 0.3. Yesterday, talked to you guys about the manipulation of the market, right? As a matter of fact, on Sunday, if you're a pro trader, I sent you a chart called All the Macro You Need, and I drew right in there for you. We just had a hot unemployment print. If you catch that hot inflation print, usually there's some down coming. You can actually look back when we have both of those. You can actually see where they're manipulating all this stuff, and you're like, right down here, you're like, oh, you can't see it there, but see that unemployment go up a little bit, just a tick. All of a sudden, you get the inflation print tick, then all of a sudden you're down back again like this, just like this on both of them, right? You don't want to see any kind of stuff like this, right? Blast down, spike back up, right? You don't want to see unemployment above, let's say, 4%. So right now, we already saw the hot print on unemployment, and we saw the down print on inflation, and of course, this morning it comes right back up. And now you've got both of these in line. This usually or typically leads to a little bit of not doom, but just downside into the marketplace. Our last correction, as a matter of fact, had both of those numbers going up slightly. So we'll see what happens. On the opening bell this morning, you can actually see some blood right now going down to retest the low on 510C. So we're going to get over there. Excuse me. Sorry, we're going to get over there in just a few moments. For the rest of today, we've got on Tuesday, we had the NFIB Optimism Index this morning at 6 a.m. CPI numbers coming out. Then we've got the federal budget today at 2 p.m. Nothing scheduled for Wednesday, so the only two things left to do would be the Treasury auction, bond auction into tomorrow, and then we get back into more data again on Thursday. We get core PPI. We already know that CPI can give an insight into what to expect on PPI. So this is going to be a topic of negativity into Thursday. And then also on Friday, we get the Empire State Manufacturing Survey, Import Price Index, Industrial Production Capacity Utilization, Consumer Sentiment Preliminary by 10 a.m. So some of this stuff here not as important, but we also have triple witching on Friday the 15th. Let's get right into the markets here. Let's go right straight to the main. Oh, we already in there? Sweet. Dude, we didn't even do the opening bell. Let's do the opening bell graphics. All right, here we go. Opening bell positioning. 9:30. You should have taken the money on the OTM calls on the opening bell this morning. You were given a chance to exit orderly above. Down below, we've got two pivots. We're going to draw the first one out for you right here. Here's your first one down here at 510. Whoop. Bulls down here probably thinking this is a dip buy. I don't think that it is. As long as we do not hold 512.16, I don't like it. Never do, never do. Every time we're down here, never like being down here. So we've got that range right there. We got another range above, whoop, right up in here. And so far, this would be what to expect on today, right? Upside or downside, upside, downside now. I'm not liking this open. I'm going to be very clear with you here. That print was not bad, but it's not good either. It's not bad, it's not good, but watching both of those in line, watching that unemployment crest on 4%, watching inflation, even if it's just for a small amount of time, till they fraudulently bullshit your ass, it's going to be negative on the marketplace to some extent. So just in here, right, we have the nice high up here at 514.83. Get the nice low down here. I'm assuming that some of you all out there are going to say, yeah, we just closed that early morning thing. Let's go back up and close this right here. I think that is a possibility this morning, but what I don't want to see is a rejection above, like a bounce right here, and then a rejection off that. Ow, ow. Just got attacked by a cat. Hold on a second here. She just climbed up my back. What I don't want to see is anything like this down here, right? Hold on. Hold on down here. Get rid of some of this stuff down here. That's an ugly looking thing right there. What I don't want to see is any kind of rejection above. That cat just attacked me. Why, kitty? Why? Why are you attacking me? Any kind of stuff like this, funkiness like this to the downside, okay? Just pay attention to this one specifically. Forget that one right there. It's this one right here that I'm afraid of. You see that one? You get a 4 trigger cluster here that's forming. So I want you to see this right now, okay? I want you to watch out for this cluster right here. You got a bear cross right there, right? Kitty, I kid you not. I don't like springtime. I'm going to send you to the Wayward Home for Young Girls for like 4 weeks until you get that stuff out of your system, kitty. She's over here looking at me right now. I'm not. Am I losing my stream already? God dang it! All right, so right down here, right? Whoop! Come down here. What I don't want to see is that rejection off of a 4 trigger cluster right in here. You get the 1 minute, the 1 minute, 5 minute, the hourly, and the half hour, and we blast down to the downside. So if you are a bull this morning, listen closely. As price comes up right now, you are not in safety unless you see some action specifically. Get rid of that. Specifically, watch price down here, right? You want to see price come up, right? Come right back down. Get yourself a nice new little right there, maybe. Right, climb back down here, and then get yourself at least a new high. At least something like this, right? You want to get back above, clear out all this bullshit in here, even if you pull back down, but you have to be above this hourly trigger, not below it. If you see that rejection up here on that hourly trigger, start looking out for down below. I'm going to show you watching that cat, man. That cat, dude. That cat is getting saucier and saucier as springtime is coming. I don't know what she's thinking. I don't know what is going on with this girl, but I want you to watch that right there, right? You do not want to get caught underneath this intraday vol to the downside and get below that 510 down here. That 510 down here. Just keep your eyes on it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm losing my voice already. It's like, what day is today? Is today Tuesday? Jeez. We're not even on Thursday yet. I'm losing my voice, and I got a cat all over me. So right in there, keep your eyes on both that this morning. We're going to switch over right now to the main screen. I'll leave that range right in here for you. That looks good right there, right? Range bound. Don't want to see any breaks and rejections underneath. Bulls know exactly what they need to do. Watch that bounce right now down below. That's the market. We're also going to shift over to SPX right now. This is SPX Gamma. And what are we looking at here? Watch this tag above here. Let's just go down there. Let's go down there. Yeah, let's go down there. Hold on a second here. We're going to go over there. Check that. See what we can see down here. Can I see all? Yeah, we can see all that. Okay. So what do we have up here? Yesterday we talked about two on gamma at least, two places of resistance. This is the first one we drew in right here. So this yellow box, right? Well, wait a minute here. Hold on here. All right. So this yellow box right here, right? See it right there. So yesterday we drew this as your first resistance on gamma, and this being your big second resistance on gamma. This morning had the print came in just like calm, right? I would have said to you, yeah, we're going to tag this first one right here, right? And we'll likely get that nice next push to the upside. I would put this second one into question. I'd be like, today's print, not as conducive to the big push up into that 5175 or even the 5200. I would say this one above here at 5200 likely, and this one should be a big old red box. We didn't draw that one in, so let's draw that one in. We didn't do that yesterday. We weren't even close. But that one right there, it's kind of like the top for this week. The most I'd expect for this week in here. So you got what? 1 target, 2 targets, 3 targets, possibility for the upside move. And you also have a big old bear flag forming up for the end of the week for triple witching. So I do have some concerns and questions about this into Friday and possibly even into Monday. So even into Monday. So if we can get a little bit of an unclenching, and they grind us up, and then we come back on Monday, whoop, right down to the downside, right? So we'll monitor this and see how this goes. The gamma flip is at 5110 or 5110. Let me check that really quick and make sure we haven't had any major changes in gamma. So we will input some new numbers this morning. In 1 quick second here. Drop that bad boy down right here. Check this bad boy out right here. Whoop. Just in case. Bam. Okay. See if we see any changes. Oh, that gamma flip is lower. See that? And look at that. It's right on. That gamma flip is much lower this morning at 5,100. That's actually quite supportive. That makes me very happy for an upside move. That makes me feel really good. We have this other thing down below, this giant gap fill that hasn't happened. If I was a bull, which I am, right? I would love to see that gap closure. Whenever I see that gap get left behind, I think about algorithms. They're like, don't worry, buddy. We're coming back for that later. I would not be shocked if we come back to fill this gap next week. Next week. Not right now. Next week. So, so gamma flip, 5,100. Last real support right down here at 5,020. That's kind of light there, though. It's kind of light, man. Like that 5,020, kind of light. Negative down here, negative gamma down here. But this is your last true support down here. Let's write this in right here, just so you know that it's there. Maybe we write real support. There you go. Real support down here. Price coming back up right now to attack again the pre-market or the high at 930. And that resistance point, we already tagged that one, so we're going to get rid of that one right there. So your next target to the upside is going to be this 5150, and then 5175, and then 5200. These are your 3 points of resistance to the upside. So we'll monitor this today. Oh, look at that. Dude, look at that. Market's crawling right back. Here's your gamma flip right here, and your gap to fill is down below, and your real support is right down here. So let me make this a little bit smaller here. Put this up for you for today so you can see it. We'll actually write PT1. Let's do a PT1. We'll get rid of those boxes too. I don't like that box. We'll make that smaller. 16. PT1. PT2 right there. And we'll do like the bulls you're dreaming up here. PT3, PT3, you wish bulls. Right there. We need a reason to go up there though so bad. We really do. I want to get above that 4,200 and I want to start smashing this stuff. Bam, bam, and start trading that bad boy right there. Look at it, 5,300. Look at that magic up there. It's like sunshine and rainbows. And hey, what's up, guys? We're going to 5,300. What do we need for sentiment to believe that? Yay. Look, he's got a cute little body. He's got his hands up. He's all up there. He's like, yeah, hey, what's up? Let's get above 5,200. Let's start consolidating. Then let's rip some faces off. Yay. That's what everybody wants, right? I'm going to go with I doubt it. I doubt that's what everybody wants. P3, you wish bulls. All right, we'll get back to the main screen right now. Hold on 1 second here. Inside day, right? Or not inside day, we got an inside range right now. You get the bottom here. Bulls still buying this. Bulls right now. This is great for bulls. No rejection to the downside. That's good to see. Check mark for the bulls. We should see a nice fat squeeze right here. Come right back down. Bam. And possibly trade that one right there. So we'll draw that in for you right now. Nice little save here. Stick save by the bulls. Some revenge right there. Back down. Some revenge trading here for the bulls. Well, you got. I'm telling you right now. Oof. Ooh, this right here is a trap for bears right here. They didn't wait for the rejection. Oof. They didn't wait for the rejection to the downside. They're getting squoze right now. Definitely angry sellers right here on the open this morning. Now 10 a.m. right here. Let's put this one back up. Dude, they're getting smoked right now. They got smoked right here. They got smoked right there. Bears smoked. Did not wait for the rejection on the hourly trigger. Not good enough to get down here. Whoop. You need to also get the rejection. The moment you get the rejection, you enter the trade and bloodbath. Bam, bam, downside. Did not wait for the rejection this morning. Trap, well, not trap, but just getting stopped out right here in mass. Upside target 515. 513.93, and then if the bulls can hold it right down there, bam, 515.99 right there. Yeah, they're going to get mad on that one for sure. They are not going to be happy. Guarantee that was some guaranteed, right? That was a pain trade. Guaranteed that was the pain. Leave that right there and see how that works out. Oh yeah, there's definitely a pain trade right here. Definitely a pit. This is all pain right here. Whoop. Rage. Murder the Vol, baby. Murder the Vol. Okay, give me a few seconds here. I'm going to set some stuff up for you. I've had a meeting at 8 a.m. this morning. These guys pushed me off. So I got to call these guys back really quick. I got some stuff I got to take care of, some technical stuff in the background, stuff you guys can't see on this launch that I got to make sure is firmed up. I've got a lot of moving parts going on in the background right now. I got people acting like they're not who they are. I got all kinds of weirdness going on. And so I got to make sure that I tamp that down and that I'm not getting scammed or run around here in the background. So give me just a few seconds, and we'll take a peek right here. Keep that up. And this is on. Where's the hourly trigger? Right there. That's a shitty looking line right there. This looks kind of terrible. How about make it cleaner? Yeah, there it is right there. Does not look pretty. Let's see here. Somewhere up in there. Maybe a little bit larger. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, something like that. That'll make you guys like you guys are like Marines and stuff. You're gonna draw pretty. Something like that. I don't know, something like that. See if they can do it. See if the Bulls can do it and push us up there. First upside target, or we got this target here. Next target would be 514.70. Next target above 516. This should be in line right here with this 516 is roughly in line with that 5175 on SPX. Somewhere up in there. And I think that's probably the best you're going to get. I don't think you get 5,200 with that print this morning. So just be aware of it. What else we got here? I got Qs up for you this morning. Here's Qs. Dip buyers stepped right in this morning. There is a discussion that we need to have about the what? So let's take a look at this right here. So there was talk this morning about the rate of velocity and momentum in the market. As of right now, yeah, there's a small sloping, flattening, you could say, of velocity, but it's not there. It's not there. And even when you get this slope here, let me come down below here and show you guys something. Let's look at the 1 hour chart, maybe. Okay, this is a better chart to be watching. Let's go down and take a look at this. When you start to discuss velocity or momentum, let's say, okay, momentum and velocity. These are okay. Sometimes you'll hear me talk about how one of the things that a retail trader has is they can enter and exit the market much faster than a bank can. It takes time for the banks to exit the markets in an orderly or unorderly fashion. Okay, and they're also normally late market participants, especially bear or bull markets. They will not enter the markets until late. They will scream, which we saw, right? Marco and Jaime recently said that they were wrong and all this other stuff on the markets, in that they now know that we didn't get into the recession. We got a soft landing, all that kind of stuff. That was some articles that came out earlier in the week. But here, I want you to see this. You've got velocity right now to the upside. Do you see it? It has not flattened as of yet, has it? And there's an idea here from people that it will begin to flatten. That momentum to the upside will begin to flatten out, which has not happened yet. So it has not happened. But there's an idea here that it will begin to flatten out. But the key point to this, too, is even if it does flatten out or flatten its trajectory, so maybe that's not, I'm not being as clear here. So you've got this trajectory here. Even if you were to just go just a little bit flatter, right? It doesn't necessarily translate into, bloodbath to the depths of hell. You get more range expansion, okay? Now, depending upon that range expansion, depending upon how it forms, if you get something like this right here, it's not so negative, right? And you still have some of the steepness in the top side. Yeah, you'll get some lows, but then you're going to get some major highs along with it. This is that precursor to late markets bull action. I want to draw your attention, though, to one other key point here. And I'm going to change this to SPY specifically. And I want you to pay attention to pay attention to higher time frames and be watching a divergence in the quarterly, the monthly, and specifically the weekly velocity. If you start to see a divergence in this stuff, right, it can matter. It can make a difference in if we are about to roll or not. There's a little bit of a monthly divergence going on here. You can see that right now, right? We came all the way down here. This is back in October of 2023, and it's just starting to build right now. Do you see it? Weekly, just starting to build. we're entering a time period where, yeah, we're looking for a correction, but the monthly is just getting going. We're seeing this as well, 23, 24 looking to go up as well. As long as these two right now look okay, we can still roll down in weekly and continue higher. I don't see anything right now where we have a topping pattern of any kind in either of these velocities, signifying a top in the marketplace. If anything, this is showing that we likely have many more months to go. At least on SPY for the upside, not the downside. It's not like we've peaked out on monthly and quarterly velocity. And you can actually see that stuff. See this peaking over here? I want you to see this right here. Okay, see that peaking, and then this divergence right here, right before we begin to roll. You just see all this, right? It's nice little big stuff like this. We don't have any of that happening right now. None of that has happened as of right now. So even this, we haven't even had a break of the weekly yet. See this weekly line, this orange line? No break of that orange line. So no precursor down below in velocity, no precursor on the weekly. So as of right now, if you're looking for something like this, we ain't got none of it. None of it right now. Not even the setup for it. Let me go back over here to the 30. So if you're looking for that, if you're out there positing that that's going to take place or happen or anything like that, right? If you're like, hey man, this is going to totally happen, we're totally doomed, everything is horrible. I'm not seeing it. You're talking about the daily trigger crossing the weekly trigger. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen velocity at all topping yet in this marketplace. We also know that the elephants haven't left the room. So even if we go down, the market's not showing it yet. Even if velocity is done, even if CNBC is calling it. I saw them calling it on CNBC this week. They said, the run is over. Momentum has left all of these Mag 7 stocks and the market's going to crash. You know, if stocks like NVDA just fall in line with Qs, what? It's just not cocaine fuel, or it's just not crack fueled. It's just now cocaine fueled. So be wary of what they're telling you out there. There is no sign of momentum letting up at this point, especially on higher time frames. There is no sign in price. There is no sign in the daily trigger crossing the weekly trigger. If anything, I could be on board with a correction, but I am not on board on velocity, momentum, daily crossing over weekly, none of that stuff. And even when we get all of that stuff, even when you see a divergence in price versus velocity, right? Even when you see that divergence, we likely will squeeze higher. And even if we do roll, and even if you do see the daily trigger break below the weekly trigger, you are almost always offered an orderly exit to the market. You are given so much time by these elephants in the marketplace. It is ridiculous. My point, you want to see an orderly exit? You want to see something that made people cry? You want me to show it to you? I'll show you. You want to see people get cry? You want to see people cry? Here, I'll show you right now. Talk about sauce, right? You want to see something gnarly? Does anybody out there remember? You might not have remembered. Hold on here. You might not have remembered. But I'll tell you what. You want to see something painful? You want to see something terrible? Imagine being a bull. Imagine being a bull and sitting on FinTwit. We roll over here, right? And all you hear is doom, doom, doom. You own S&P 500. And down here, this is your pain trade. And you're like, ah, shit. And you're watching all your gains, all the shit you made, all the money you made. You panic sell. And what did they give you? Whoop, one more confirmation. Right up here. Can you imagine selling your holdings down here and then watching this up here? Now you might say, hey, Cap, that's hindsight 2020 vision right there. No, it isn't. You're given the orderly exit here. You exit the market appropriately, and you still would not enter the market unless you had a successful trade higher than the previous high, right? We talk about that all the time. And then we also always talk about the confirmation that we're going higher again in price, right? So think about this. I want you to look at this specifically. Doom and gloom, right? Doom, 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 doom. You sell. Here was your chance to exit. Now you might say, hey, Cap, I would have stayed long here, bro, if we continued going up. No, you would not. You would get out in an orderly fashion. You would let price show you the way higher before you got back in again. Make sense? If price rolls down and continues to the downside, you were given the opportunity to exit the market in an orderly fashion. Orderly fashion. This could be a 1-minute chart, 5-minute chart, doesn't matter. How many times have you seen me on this show take a zero date, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy that dip. We go up here and we start to reject, and what do? I don't cut my losses, and we get blasted to the downside. These are on smaller time frames. This is a daily time frame. This is the roll back then. You are always afforded an orderly exit from the market. You're given that chance to get out, so you exit orderly, right? I always tell you guys, your stops are down here, right? But you don't execute them stops until we come back up, right? This is where you execute the stop. Make sense? And that's really fucked up looking. But if price were to continue higher, back check and confirm and start to make its way, you could then re-enter the trade to the upside. Soul crushing. Literally soul crushing for people. We have people on this show that were long the markets heading into the rollover into 2022, that were like long, like I'm long the market $1 million. I just sold and lost 300K. And then I watched that shit come right back up to where I was. You want to feel bad? You want to feel horrible? That was a horrible feeling for a lot of people at that time period. So right now, I'm not seeing it. And that's that argument. That momentum has momentum left, has velocity slowed down. Are we gonna crash the market? All that conversation out there, nothing showing it. I know bears hate me, man. People on FinTwit are like, I see people on FinTwit, they're like, you're such a fucking bear. I'm like, that person definitely doesn't watch my show. I'm like, that person does not watch my show. So yeah, is there a slowing in velocity momentum? No. Does it happen fast? No. When it does happen, you are given ample warning of it, and you are given further ability to exit in an orderly fashion. Exit in an orderly fashion and look for some kind of a hint if we're going to continue up, or if you're rejected at that moment where bulls are weak, buyers are weak, everybody's scared. And what is sentiment at that moment, right? And sentiment at that time was in the shitter. Do you remember it? That sentiment at that time was in the shitter. Do we have any of that right now? Sentiment in the shitter? No. We got none of that stuff. Think about that stuff, all that basic, simple stuff. While people out there are trying to explain to you complicated shit that has nothing to fucking do with the fucking price of the stock market. Nothing. Zero. They can go out there and write you shit. They pull out a fucking book, a thesaurus. They pull out some obscure white paper and they're like, we're just going to copy paste a bunch of these big word scientists use. They're not going to know what the fuck I'm talking about, but it has nothing at all to do with the price of the stock market. And that is why you follow price. All right, I'm done. Rant over. You got a rant this week, finally. Got your rant out there. Trading right now into R2, trying to break above and smash into 1457 with an upside price target of 515.99 for the bulls. Yeah, I got to do it. I mean, I hear so much shit out there, and it never fails to amaze me. Never fails to amaze me. And then I get offended to it for too long, and I'm like, these fuckers are out here. They're like dropping bombs. Like, you can't argue with that. Then they're like, well, Captain's just dumb. And I'm like, I'll be dumb all fucking day long as I'm making money. You can assign this shit to whatever you want. You can make excuses all day long. You can look for the news. You can be like, yeah, we're going down because of this. And yeah, we're going up because of that. But I'll tell you what, man, that price action, you can't beat it. There ain't no beating it. 10:30 sell. Quinn every day, man. 10:30 sell, baby. Not Quinn. I said Chase is 10:30 sell every day. 10:30 sell, baby. Good morning, Chase, by the way. How are you? Yeah, so there ain't none of that. There ain't none of it. There ain't none of it. And even if it happens, you get fair warning. There should be nobody out there calling tops without that stuff going on. Nobody. There'd be nobody out there doing it. They can call it 30 times. They can throw big words at it. They can throw data at it. And they're wrong every time. Price action. King. Always king. All right, that's all I got for you guys this morning. See you guys tomorrow at 9:30. Hold on 1 second here. We'll put the financial juice up here. I got them in there real quick. Oh, hold on here. I got something for you guys. What the F is this? What is this? Who's been here? How about this? If you've been here since day one, you've been here since day one, I got something for you. You've been here since day one, I got something for you. You ready? What does that say right there? What does that say right there? The inverted yield curve is no longer a reliable indicator for recession. 22 of 34 saying that. Wow. No longer a reliable indicator of recession. What did I tell you? I didn't say that, did I? I said it's always sucked as an indicator of recession. It is one of the worst indicators of a recession. It is the most unreliable data point, macro data point, on if the market is going to crash. It's reliable about 60% of the time. Do you know what is more reliable? That's right, front row. You guys that have been here since the beginning remember these conversations, don't you? It's not that it's unreliable. It's never been reliable. Do you know what is reliable? Do you want to know? I've already told y'all. Why don't you tell me? Employment or unemployment, jobs, inflation, right? That's the jams, right? Inflation, unemployment, where the rates are. That's it. And it's specifically unemployment. If you wanted to like single it down to one thing to watch, it's the yobs, baby. It's the yobs. I fucking love you too, front row. I'm going to post this right now. Because you know this will stir the shit pot. And what did they say I mean, seriously, what did they tell you? Remember that? Remember that whole long argument, right? I think I even had one of your guys is out there, right? One of your guy. What was your guy out there? Your guy that teaches you how to trade options? Who's the guy out there that explains options? He's got blonde hair and glasses. That guy? Remember him? He even came out and grabbed me on FinTwit, didn't he? He's like, that guy doesn't know what the heck he's talking about. He's a dumbass. Not so much right now, am I? He didn't say that, though. He was nice. Yeah, you guys remember that, right? You guys remember that? No. Some of you guys remember. No. I don't forget. I remember right to the bitter end. I like him, actually. He's awesome. He's really smart, too. Much smarter than I am. But I know exactly what the fuck matters. Employment. Jobs. Big time. A bounce off of 2% inflation. A front running of Fed rate cuts. That shit's like 80% of the time right. Your inverted yield curve? No. No. I've looked and I've said, you know what? That inverted yield curve doesn't mean a goddamn thing. It does if it's in line with other stuff, but on its own, how many times do we hear people regurgitate garbage? High follow accounts. How many fin Twitters out there? Not Andy Constant. I love that man, but how many people built their followers? I know the names up right at the top of my head right now on that fucking inverted yield curve. Didn't mean a goddamn thing, did it? Oh, boy. I tell you how this stuff comes home to roost. How this stuff comes home to roost. Yeah, he's awesome. I like him. I got no problems with him at all. None. Zero. Love him. He did great explainer on option, especially on spreads and stuff. Complex options. Guy's fucking phenomenal. I like that guy a ton, so don't take it like I don't like him or anything like that. But I remember. I gotta post this one. Pin that one to my profile. What's that? What's going on? Is that one okay for you guys? You guys good? You guys are right there? What's that? Is that okay? Is that right for you? Good morning, by the way. How are y'all doing out there? Everything doing well? Are y'all doing well out there this morning? Uncle JBJ, what up? Uncle JBJ, I just put the potatoes in the pot for the shit pot this morning. It's on FinTwit, brother. I got the soup going, brother. It's on FinTwit. Warming the heart right now. Just that post right there. Just warming the heart. Captain doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just some dumb guy on a YouTube channel. I gotta follow that guy out there that's got those big words out there. He's got huge words, man. He knows so much about the inverted yield curve. He knows tons. What does that guy know over there just telling you the inverted yield curve doesn't mean a goddamn thing? Guy's crazy. Good morning, Stacy. How are you? Whose anniversary is it? Whoever it is, happy anniversary to whoever it is, whoever's anniversary it is out there. Good to see you, Stacy, by the way. Oh, yeah. How's them apples right there? Wait a minute. We're gonna raise this one up a little bit. Well, we might get, did we already get the 5-minute check? Yeah, it might go that low. It's possible. It's possible to come that low. target, upside target 516 on SPOOs, baby. I got Binky checking in right now. He's like, oh, yeah. Binky's like, oh, I remember. Binky's got the member berries, too. He's like, I totally remember that shit. That was like ranting and raving for like 3 straight weeks every day, right? Like, we're going to fucking rant about the inverted yield curve today, tomorrow, right into Friday. We're going to talk about it next week until I'm done and get it off my chest. Oh, dude, they're just going to go blasting straight up. Hello up there. Hello. Here's SPX. Let's go back to SPX over here. We got the target above of 51.75. This is PT2. You just tagged PT1. Let's go to the bottom right-hand side here. Just take a quick look. See it right there? You see that right there? There's your PT1 right there. There's your PT2. PT1, PT2 right there, okay? Now watch out for a little bit of a pullback back here. Consolidation and the rip up to that 51.75. I love those transitions. I bet people hate those transitions. They're like, stop the goddamn transitions, Cap. No, I think it's cranking. The one thing that's dangerous about this, though, is the more violent it is, we know it usually comes back and doesn't hold. That's the only thing that I could say about this. The faster that it goes up, the faster it comes off like this, the more violent the reversal is, usually. The more time we spend there, the less violent the reversal is. So, yeah, I'd be careful of that. Absolutely. I would be careful of that reversal if there is one. Look at that. It's rip fate, like murder the VIX here. Hold on here. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Oh, 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 oh. Reaching for the sky. Murder the VIX. Murder the the volatility. Here, let's yeah. Murder the velocity. I thought we were going down. I thought we were going to reject that hourly trigger. Nope, no dice. Murder the VIX, baby. Murder the volatility. Woof. Look at that squeeze. Straight up right now. Trading 515.32. 516 was the target on the market brief. We have it right in front of you. I'm not seeing 520 here, but, dude, take the money and run on that 516. Look at that gorgeousness. Let's take a look at the market brief last night. Let's see what that thing is showing. Maybe we should take a look at that. Let's do that. Let's take a look at the market brief. Oh, dude, I'm missing my meeting right now. Let's go over to, we got Trade the Trigger over here. Let's take a look and see what happened this morning. Dashboard. We got a little bit of shaker full of dashboard here. Let's look at the supporter market brief from last night. See what happened there. We didn't get what do we say here? Let's see what we got here. Let's see how far off we were. Caps. So this is the market brief from last night. This is for supporter level. Market brief for CPI on Tuesday, March 12th. I've got a little tag down below here at 510. Right, little tag down below here at 510. And then a push up to 516 and possibly 518. Wrote a note here for you as well that said, as a small note for tomorrow, I want to start with don't expect me or anyone else out there to predict news or potential vol events perfectly. With that said, most of the weekly vol is expected to leave tomorrow. I'll bet vol will likely remain heightened overall until after end of month. There is a setup for some weakness before the morning news, with a resolution to the upside just based on the amount of vol leaving the market. Put selling and call buying into the close lean slightly bullish into the bell, but nothing worth taking a stance on what to expect tomorrow. So I'm looking for weakness on or into the initial CPI report, but a recovery by open for a run to 516 and some change. Where are we trading right now? Remember from earlier today that there is a local resistance on SPX Gamma at 5175, 5150, meaning there's a high probability of a rejection above starting at 516. If the report comes in hot, all bets are off. We can easily close that SPX gap. As stated Sunday, there's not a lot of buying happening from an institutional perspective. No one is opening new positions. It's harvest time. Be looking for extremes to buy and sell, not the middle. After tomorrow's morning news, we still have a note and bond auction into Wednesday until some late week data starting Thursday, and of course 3 witches on Friday. Posting QQQs and IWM expectations below. We actually tagged this one this morning, and we're ramping up to this one right now, and then this one above. And then we also have this IWM chart. We actually tagged this morning. We're up here to tag this one, and then a blast up into the weekend over here into 210. So that is the market brief from last night that you were left with for this morning. How'd that work out? Did that work out for you okay? Was that an all right market brief last night? Where are we trading right now? Pretty close, right? Not too bad. So if you have not signed up and you want market briefs for me, you guys want market briefs? You guys want to know where the market's heading? I won't always be writing those, but they're pretty close. They're not too far off. But if you're looking for a market brief every night that cuts through the bullshit, cuts through all the noise that you're being told, doesn't write 16 paragraphs. Oh man, some of that shit I get, like some of these people are like they're writing. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like this and that, and I got a bunch. Hold on a second, I'm gonna get Bobby over here with some words. And we do extended market briefs for pro traders. So if you're like a pro trader and you want like more in-depth stuff every day, you want to see where the projections are like a year from now, we do those too for you every week. We update you twice a day on Pro Trader, I think, with a bunch of data. You also, and at the subscriber level, you get snapshots of the triggers and velocity that are manipulative. You can actually look around, be like, okay, this is where the hourly trigger is. They update it twice a day as well. Oh, yeah, baby. Just do it. Let's get on up there and slap that ass. Chase, are you getting your market briefs every day? I'm going to check, man, and see if you're getting them. Because I know you get them from everywhere else. So on the dashboard, if you click on that dashboard, right, if you're a pro trader, if you click on that dashboard, right, you're going to, on the left-hand side, you'll see a button that says Pro Updates. You're going to click on that button. So we're going to do a walkthrough this week. Between now and Sunday, this is what we're going to do. If you're a member, right, now here's the deal here. We will always have that free member level, okay, forever and ever and ever. Nothing's ever going to change there. But there are people that want to see this community continue. They want to see development. They want to see new tools, cool shit. They want to see a better Discord. They want to see a lot of shit. They have a lot of demands. And there are people willing to fund that. Now, if you want to just support what we're doing, stop paying for a monthly membership to chat. You can get that membership via the supporter level. It's $30. That's it. Per month, it's less than $360 or something, $32 or something like that to pay for the year. Kick-ass value. And you're supporting our community. It gives you skin in the game for our community. And you have access to those market briefs whenever they're needed. Now, if you're a pro trader, you've got a different button on your sidebar. And I want to tell you something else here. Between now and the weekend, we are going to take a walk if we can. I'm going to try to get together with Bork and see if we can do this together. So we might have like a live stream with Bork and I. And we're going to walk around and I'm going to say, hey, this is what this means. That's what that means. This is how you use this. This is how you use that. So we should have that live stream maybe this weekend, like a Saturday morning, Sunday morning. And we'll take a walk around as a group and see what everything means, so that you guys feel confident. Like, hey, I'm going to use these tools in the Discord. I'm going to use these tools over here. I'm going to read this thing over here. And what does this mean? What does market breadth mean? What does that mean? What does this mean? So we're going to do that into the weekend. Yeah, I haven't asked him yet. I kind of like threw it at him, but now I'm just like throwing him under a bus. And the reason I say that is because Bork is an amazing Discord person. And if you're not an amazing Discord person, if you're like, yeah, so last night I was looking on the website and I'm like, a whole bunch of people haven't signed up for the Discord. I'm like, you know what I got to do? I got to do like a walkthrough, because Bork I was on Discord, but not really. And Bork is like, hey man, do you want me to improve your experience here? And I'm like, yes, sir. And he's like, we'll walk you through. And I'm like, okay. So he's like, do this, do that, do this. If you set this over here up real nice, you'll be fine. Have you ever noticed about this thing over here? And I'm like, man, Bork, I bet you there's a lot of people out there that are like, they walk by something, they're like, I don't know how that bot works over there. It doesn't feel right to me. So I don't find any value in that. And I'm not going to ask anybody because I'm a man. You can show up on that live stream. Don't say a word. Just be quiet in the background. Be like, all right, this guy's going to show me how to use this stuff. And we should be having that out to you coming up this week into the weekend at some point, if we can find the time. Volatility, man. Murder the vol. Murder the vol, baby. Trading to S2 right now, 516. Keep your eye down below on Gamma here. There's that big yellow bar. We got a little bit more we can go, dude. We got more we can go. We got more up. We can go more and more up. Watch that vol up here. They do like to sell it before we get there, but hold on. But take a peek right down there. I'm going to move this over so you can, right there so you can actually see it. They like to come in early, too, so be careful. See that PT2? Sometimes they like to come in and sell it before we actually get there, so you might want to take some of that money before we get there. Right there. Oh, look at that. Nice little support building over here. Look at that little support shelf right here. Little shelf right over there. All right, I'll be back with you guys in just a minute. Yeah, Chase, I like the 5,200. I'm finding it hard to see us getting there, man. We might. I'm more on board on that 5175, man. I would have liked a slightly more in line CPI to get that 5,200. Maybe we do. I'm not anti going there. If price shows us the way there, I'll go there. But dude, 516 is mine, man. I would have liked to have seen a better print. About your tech skills? Well, look at NVIDIA, man. NVIDIA is looking sexy right now. You see this NVDA? Look at this right here. Hold on. NVDA looking to close some gaps to the upside. Big moves coming. NVDA, do they get 960? Another $70 up here. Close all this bullshit up here. Check out NVDA if you want. IWM looking kind of bullish here. They got a nice little bull flag setting up right here. Kind of a classic setup. See that bad boy right down there? Look at that sauce. Don't get trapped in here if they drop it back down on you. Keep your eyes on that SPX Gamma. XBI parked this morning on its daily trigger. Want to see what happens here? It's got a nice bull flag on it as well. We also have, what do we got over here? We got SPX. Give me a ticker you guys want to see out there. What's your favorite ticker this morning? I don't know, Chase, man. That's an extension, bro. That 52, I want to get above it. I want to trade 5,300, but I would be really wary of that 5,200, brother. All right, BARH, right? BA and RH. That's what we're doing. BA and RH. So I'm going to do BA, Boeing. Oh, yeah. Look at that blood, baby. You got to love it. Nice day trading stock right here. Oh, no, I messed that up. Hold on here. SPY triggers. Oh, wait a minute. No. Yes, leave. We got the SPY triggers. We're going to do BA. We'll do BA. Doom and gloom, baby. Downside target on BA 179.95, 176.67. Watch out down here. It's gonna get a little bouncy on BA. You got a extension to the downside on BA of 176.67. But they're likely going. They have a cross too. This is really bad. If you're a BA trader, you have a cross of the daily trigger over the monthly. That is very bearish. You will likely get a back test of that cross. Has not happened yet, but you will likely see some kind of a squeeze higher and then a confirmation. BA, not good. When the daily trigger crosses the monthly trigger, it's extremely bearish. Next one we're going to do is we're going to do Google. Somebody asked for Google, so we'll do Google next, and they want the L on the end of it. So we'll do this one on a 30-minute trigger. Google, not only recovering, but looking for a monster upside move. Watch out on Google. Google looking for a squeeze to trade 143, but the back test is most interesting. Let's go to the bottom right over here. Or left to you, I guess. Google has a setup here that is gorgeous. I mean, look at that right there. If you get a squeeze here with a successful back test on Google, squeeze it up. And if you can confirm that right there, and you catch just that new high, just that one right there, you're going to get bam, and you're going to get bam like nobody's business. That's a gorgeous money trade setting up. Not quite there yet, but it is setting up like that right there. I mean, this is like a 70% chance of winning once you're above this little shit down here. All that stuff right there. So Google's setting up a huge bullish reversal right now. Good job on that one. And then somebody said RH, Robinhood. I saw the Robinhood. We'll put the Robinhood in there. RH, right? Here's RH. Let's take a look at Robinhood. Hello, ladies. Look at that big fight coming back on Robinhood, right? Fight for it, told no. We've got consolidation. We got a trough going on. We got some sideways action here. Very volatile. And what is Robinhood trying to do? See back here how you have the daily cross on the monthly trigger? That's the yellow over blue. Look at how disastrous it was. Just blooding, right? Blood. No letting up, right? Now coming back up to confirm if Robinhood is in a bear market or not. And what do? Slam it back down, right? Retest of that blue line. That's BA, right? Talk to you about that. And they're confirming bearishness on Robinhood right now, even though price is going up. I would say to you that, let's get back to this one. On Robinhood, on a shorter time frame, Robinhood looks extremely bullish right now, right? But your fear here is that the same fear as before. You do not want to be caught up here on the monthly trigger. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong fucking thing. That's not Robinhood. Get the wrong goddamn thing here. Hold on here. It's fucking Hood. Oh, no, RH. You wanted RH. Hold on here. I'm thinking Robinhood. You wanted RH. Sorry, I'm all messed up here. I thought you said Robinhood, but you said RH. I did have the right ticker. I just had the wrong name. I'm like, $310? When the fuck was Robinhood ever $310? In their dreams, they were $310. So RH. Someone requested RH. There is a problem here. And the problem is that you have the confirmation below first you have the drop of the daily trigger on the monthly trigger. Hold on, let me get back here. RH again. Then you've got the rejection above here on the monthly trigger. That confirms the bear market for this ticker. Can you recover is the question. You've got the trough down here. You've got the immediate bloodbath down. You've got the consolidation down below. The thing that I will leave you with on this ticker is do not get caught on this monthly trigger right here. So the point here would be you have a great setup for upside move, right? Your target is 310.16. But even so, if you get blasted down here, right, you start to head lower. Hold on 1 second here. I got to go to a day chart. Just on a day chart, right, you will see a new major low down here. And you're talking about all the way down, right there, all the way down to right here. Price target of 135. Hold on here. Go back.